Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake.
Is someone there?
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned exceedingly in thought, word, and deed. I confess to Almighty God and to you, Father. It's been 35 years since my last confession.
That's a very long time. Would you like to tell me your sins?
I've seen things, done things, horrible things.
And you feel guilty for them?
No.
I see. What kind of things are you talking about?
Last night I killed a man. Come on over here, Jimmy. Let me see you.
I know Mr. Iglesias thinking that's why I ran, but it's all a mistake.
No mistake. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. Where's the money? Where's the money?
Don't suppose that
No.
I didn't even know what I was going to say.
I know exactly what you're going to say. And the answer's no. There's no way out of this one.
If I have a moment, I'd like to make my peace with God. I forgive you.
You have to go to the police.
That's not really an option, Father.
You can't expect to be forgiven if you're not truly willing to repent for your sins.
I'm not here for forgiveness. I'm here because I want to understand.
Understand what?
The man I killed last night. Knew he was going to die. He asked for a moment to pray. I let him. Then I watched a peace come over him. A kind of peace I've never seen before.
His peace came from his faith.
How can you have faith in something that can't be proven?
That is what faith is.
No, Father, that's what hope is. We're so frightened that this is all there is, we've created the illusion of an eternal soul.
You killed a man.
I've killed many men. It's who I am, it's what I do. In fact, I'm supposed to kill someone tonight.
No, I won't hear any more of this.
Please, Father, do you really think the world is going to miss another useless human being?
We were told about confessions like this in the seminary, and I've heard about them from other priests, but I've never experienced one myself. Now, I won't do this.
Sit down. I said sit down. Now. When I walked in, there were two women praying in the front of the church. You step outside of this confessional, I will walk out there and I will kill them both.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't. You've known me less than 3 minutes and you already profess to know what I would or wouldn't do. Have you not listened to a single thing that I have said? I believe a demonstration is in order.
Please don't, for God's sake.
No, Father. This is for your sake.
No. very much like to hear what you have to say.
Would you?
Yes. Yes, I would.
You're sure you're not just saying that, Father, because of the situation?
No. No. No, I really would like to hear.
Oh, hello, Father.
Hello. Would you please come back to the confessional so that we can continue our conversation?
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Good.
How can I help you?
I would like you to explain to me, if God's will is all-powerful, why does he allow men to do the things they do?
Because he gave us free will.
Sort of convenient, don't you think? Kind of gets them off the hook for everything.
Each and every one of us is free to choose our own path in life.
Are we? Or is our path laid out for us by the cruelty of others and the suffering we endure while God looks the other way?
It's easy to blame God for our actions. It relieves us of our personal responsibility. Every moment that we live, we have been offered choices. What we do with those choices is our decision, and our decision alone.
So let me see if I've got this right. God gives us free will, so we can do as we choose. Yet he expects us to live by his laws. If we fail him, all we have to do is repent before we die, and all is forgiven. Is that correct?
Contrition must be a sincere act, made by someone whose heart is open to God. You can't just say you're sorry for the murders you've committed and expect to be forgiven. You have to mean it from your heart and from your soul. You have to remember that in God's eyes, you have committed the most grievous of sins.
Oh, please, Father. God has a much bigger hit list than me. More people have died in the name of God than for any other reason on earth.
You come in here, tell me that you killed people and that you're going to kill again, and expect me to sit down and have a philosophical conversation with you.
I told you, Father, I want you to explain to me why men can't control the darkness in their hearts.
They can, if they choose to. This thing that you're going to do tonight, don't. Choose not to.
It's not that simple.
Then why are you here? There must be a reason. Do you expect me to stop you?
I expect you to try.
How does someone become like you?
You really want to know?
Well, I'm willing to listen, if you will do the same.
Fair enough.
Go on.
I'm sure you're expecting me to tell you that I came from a broken home. That I had a crappy childhood, how I was in and out of trouble with the police from a very early age.
If you want to tell me about it.
I don't.
No, but there must have been a moment. There must have been a decisive moment when you realized that you were different.
I was working with a crew, nothing heavy, just boosting trucks mainly. Some strong arm stuff, debt collecting. Smack a guy around a little if he was late with a payment, that sort of thing.
What changed?
The man I worked for asked me to take care of something.
And by something, he meant...
He meant what you think he meant.
So you really think he's working with the feds?
I don't know.
I mean, well, what if he is? I mean, if he really is? Like, what then?
Why do you keep asking questions you know the answers to?
I'm just thinking this thing through, you know, because, you know, if he really is, it could get nasty.
I thought you said you'd done this before.
I've done this before. A lot of times. Ain't nothing to me, man. I'm just saying, you know, just thinking. What the fuck you looking at me for?
There they are. Let's go.
this. You know who the fuck I am?
Yeah. A man who's just a few breaths away from the end of his life.
You better think this through. I am not some fucking soldier you pull off the street.
You want to explain why you were wearing a wire?
I don't have to tell you shit.
You're a fucking rat, man. A fucking rat. You know what happens to rats, huh?
Answer the question.
Fuck you. When something happens to me, there will be retribution. My people will hunt you down and hunt
Your
you...
people sent us!
How much the feds know about Jimmy Reglazzi?
Reglazzi sent you? I couldn't do better than a stupid Mick and a strung-out junkie.
Hey! Watch your fucking mouth. Watch it.
Look at him, he's jonesing.
Hey! I said shut the fuck up!
All that crap in your veins make you feel brave, tough guy?
I will shoot you in the fucking face, you piece of shit!
Whoa. You want answers, you understand that? You don't do a fucking thing until I get those answers, you understand me? Do you understand me?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Come on, just settle down.
You should tell your friend that maybe he better...
I was hoping you'd be smart enough just to answer my questions. But clearly you were too fucking stupid.
Oh, fuck you!
Fuck me? Fuck you! Why were you wearing a wire? Why were you wearing a fucking wire?
They busted me. Moving a serious amount of coke.
Who? Who?
The FBI! It was either this or 20 years. I can't do 20 years. I asked Reglazzi a few questions. Business stuff. That's when he got suspicious. But I was playing them. I made sure I didn't ask him anything incriminating.
Yeah, well, you know what? With you gone, those tapes don't mean jack shit. Without you, you could be talking to anybody.
I'm telling you, they got nothing. Come on, fellas. Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Just tell me the truth. He's all yours.
Pull that trigger. You're a dead man.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't take out a made man and live. Fuck you.
Shut it!
Fuck you. You're a fucking loser. Do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What the fuck, man? I was about to fucking do it.
Yeah, like all the others.
Fuck you supposed to mean by that?
Nothing.
You better not be saying what I think you're saying. I'm not the kind of guy you want to fuck with.
Can we go now?
Why would you kill your partner?
He was a junkie. I realized if I was going to do this for a living and I was going to be any good at it, I couldn't leave any witnesses.
But you felt nothing after killing two people.
That's the whole point. I felt nothing at all. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel bad. I'm not a serial killer, Father. I don't do this because I enjoy it. It's a job. I do what needs to be done.
Taking life is not a decision for man.
Oh, so God's the only one who gets to make that call?
Yes.
Well, he's free to stop me anytime he wants.
Well, perhaps that's why you're here.
I don't think God has anything to do with why I'm here, Father.
What does it have to do with?
I told you. I want to understand evil.
And by understanding that, you'd understand yourself.
There's far worse evils in the world than me, Father.
Like what?
I don't think you'd understand.
Well, then help me to understand.
In order to do that, I think you'd have to watch me do what I'm going to do tonight.
No, I'll be no part of that.
We'll see.
What on earth makes you think that I would watch you kill someone?
I could make you watch.
Why would you subject me to that?
Have you ever seen anyone die, Father?
Well, yes, of course. I've administered the last rite several times, and I've sat with the family members to give them comfort.
Have you ever thought that some of those people deserve to die more than others?
No.
You've never thought someone deserved to die?
No.
Lie to me again, Father, and I will walk out of this confessional, and I will kill everyone in your church, and there will be nothing that you can say to stop me this time.
What is the point in forcing me to agree with your views?
I am forcing you to be honest. I want you to dig deep down in your heart, Father, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever thought someone deserved to die? Father, I'm going to ask you one last time. Have you ever thought someone deserved to die? Say it!
Yes. God forgive me. There have been people that I felt deserved to die.
There have even been people that you wished would die because you saw them harm others. Isn't that right?
Yes.
That's not evil, Father. That's being human.
What is your point?
My point is that there is darkness in all of us.
A thought is not a deed. I am not the cause of their deaths.
I could also say that a thought is a wish, and a wish is a prayer, and by that accord, you called upon God to take another life.
No.
No. Are you saying that God doesn't hear all our thoughts, our wishes, our prayers?
Oh, yes, he does.
So what's the difference between me pulling the trigger to take a life and you asking God to do it for you?
A thought is not always a prayer. And a prayer is not always answered. Look, I really don't understand the purpose of this
The purpose
conversation.
of this conversation is that you and I both agree that certain people deserve to die.
I have never said that.
No. You just thought it.
Why is that important to you?
Because I want you to understand me. And in order to do that, we need to start from a point of mutual agreement.
What makes you imagine that I could ever understand someone like you? Yes, I am a man, and as such I have made certain judgments in my life, and I have had thoughts that are against God's teaching. But I have never intentionally caused harm to another.
Well, that's just simply not true.
How would you know?
You'd have to be a saint. Are you a saint? Do you honestly expect me to believe that over the course of your entire life you have never harmed another human being?
We're not here to talk about me.
We're here to talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Tell me, why this person you're going to kill tonight must die?
Because he deserves to die.
You're being paid for it.
I'm getting a kind of reward.
But you could choose not to do it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Then why?
If you knew this man, Father, like I do, the pain and suffering he'd caused,
You think I'd give you my blessing?
No. I'm sure you think I should let him be judged by God in the afterlife.
Of course.
What if there is no afterlife? What if everything that you believe in is wrong? Then this man gets away with everything that he's done without ever being punished.
It is not for you to decide who lives or dies.
Oh, Father. That's where you're so very wrong.
You like this, don't you?
What?
The power.
I told you, Father, this has nothing...
You told me what you wanted me to believe.
I don't care what you believe.
Of course you do. Why else would you be here? The threats, the control, making me listen to your stories.
They're not stories.
Oh, I have no doubt that you've done all the things you say you have. But whether or not you enjoyed it, I'll tell you what I see when I look behind that gun and that tough exterior. I see a little boy who found his daddy's gun and brought it to class one day. Someone who realized that making people afraid was a form of attention. That gun makes you feel powerful, doesn't it? Forces people to see you. Tell me, were you an only child? Were you ignored and neglected? Did you grow up always wanting to belong, but never quite fitting in anywhere? Oh, you must have been thrilled the first time you pulled that trigger. How in that moment you struck back at all the unkind deeds that were perpetrated against you. But it's no longer enough, is it? You need to share it. You need someone to see your power. You don't want me to try and stop you doing what you're going to do tonight. You can't stop. Won't stop. Because you think if you do, then you'll be nothing again.
You think you know me?
Am I wrong?
We all want power, Father.
Am I wrong?
Even you.
No, I don't.
Now you're telling me what you want me to believe.
I'm telling you the truth.
You're not the only one who says things, Father. I say things too. Like the emptiness in your eyes when you speak of God. What happened to your faith? Or did you ever even have it? Is this the life you plan? A second-rate priest in a third-rate parish? Oh, I'm sure the people of your congregation see you as a man of strength. But I see the weakness of a man trying to justify a life devoted to a cause he no longer believes in. But I know why you stay. The caller. That caller gives you power. Without it, you're just another man without a voice. A lonely man who thinks that breath mints and cologne will mask the scent of cheap scotch and cigarettes. So why don't you tell me, Father, in your own words, why you stay? What sins did you commit that drove you to the pulpit and forced you to kneel before a house you no longer believe in?
Yes, I do have doubts. And pride is a sin that I possess. And you're right. Everyone needs to be seen and heard. But I try and go about it through love. Whereas all you can offer is hatred.
It's not hatred.
You murder innocent people.
None of the people I killed were innocent, Father.
Murder is murder.
Sometimes murder is justice.
Tell me, have you ever done a charitable thing in your life? Tell me when your compassion ever outweighed your need to harm.
Compassion wasn't really part of my childhood, Father.
So it's not your fault. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying that certain things are out of our control. Sometimes we do things we thought we never could.
Timmy, if you are not in bed...
Sit behind your desk. Now. Now!
What do you want?
I think you already know.
No. No, I don't.
Daddy?
Timmy, I want you to go to your room. Timmy, go to your room. Go to your room, Timmy, now! What are you gonna do?
That depends on you. You love your son, don't you?
Of course I do.
You'd do anything for him.
Yes.
Would you die for him?
Yes.
You know, if I kill you, I can't have any witnesses.
Please. My wife and family have nothing to do with this.
Prove to me you love them.
What?
Show me that you would die for them, and I'll let them live.
How do I know you'll keep your word?
You don't. You have to trust me. But I can promise you that the alternative is an absolute certainty. You were gone before I got here. I want you to go upstairs and pack, take you and your family as far away as you can. You never come back here again. You understand me? Do you understand me?
Yes.
Let him live.
I told you. Sometimes we do things we never thought we could.
Why did you put him through all that? Why not just let him live?
Because I needed to know he was willing to die to protect his family.
Why is that important to you?
I don't know.
Well, of course you do. You broke your own rule. You allowed a witness to live who could have identified you. There has to be a good reason for that. You were all set to kill him. It was the boy, wasn't it? You didn't want to take his father away from him. Did you lose your father?
My father was a son of a bitch.
He hurt you.
Yes.
He left you.
Yes.
And you didn't want that boy to suffer the same sense of loss that you did.
I already told you. I have to feel they deserve to die in order to kill. My employer wanted him dead for personal reasons. As far as I'm concerned, that could mean anything. It doesn't take a lot for some of the people I work for to want someone dead. They painted him out to be a monster. When I met him, he was just a normal man who was willing to die to protect his family. Didn't seem fair to take that away from him for nothing.
So you are capable of compassion.
If you're trying to reach me, don't bother. I let him live because I thought he deserved to. Could have just as easily had gone the other way.
But it didn't. You chose to let him go. And you'll be faced with the same choice tonight.
Different man. Different circumstances.
If you're not open to the possibility of change, then I really don't see the purpose of our talking.
Do you really think a few words in here are going to change me? It's taken me a lifetime to become what I am.
The very fact that you're here proves that you don't like what you've become.
Isn't it you who said if I stopped, I'd be nothing?
No, I said you think if you stop, you'll be nothing. That's a considerable difference. It takes a great deal more strength to be good than evil.
Why?
Because evil is in our nature.
Ah, now we finally agree on something. We call ourselves humans. But the truth is, we're animals that speak. The only reason we're good is because we fear the consequences of being bad. Remove the consequences, and this world spirals into chaos.
I said, evil is in our nature. It's called original sin. But good is also in our nature, but we have to strive for it. Now, what you are preparing to do tonight is unquestionably a choice.
Not for me, it isn't.
Why did you tell me that story?
Just came to mind.
No, I don't think so. I'm sure there are many other stories that you could have told me that would have shocked me. But you chose to tell me of a time in your life when you showed kindness. I suspect you don't want to do this anymore. I think you're looking for a reason to stop.
You think you've got me figured out? You don't know the slightest thing about me. The things I've done. Do you remember a man named Sheldon Hoffman?
Yes, of course.
Stole billions of dollars from his investors. Do you think a man like that deserves to live?
If I remember correctly, he tried to put things right.
Is that what you think? After ruining all those people's lives, he just suddenly turned around and had a bout of conscience.
I'm not privy to what was in his heart.
Right.
How the hell did you get in here? And what the fuck is going on?
Mr. Hoffman, I don't want any trouble, please. I represent a man who's invested money with you.
A lot of people invested money with me.
He invested a great deal.
So?
He wants it back.
Sure, I'll just write you a check, shall I?
I wish you would take this seriously. My employer takes this very seriously.
Fuck you. You don't think I know who sent you? Why don't you run back to your employer and tell him that hell will freeze over before he sees a dime?
This isn't how you want to handle this.
Oh, it's exactly how I want to handle this.
Then you're making a mistake.
Who the hell do you think you are? Do you have any idea who the fuck I am?
Yes, I do. I also know exactly what's going to happen if you don't do what I ask. I'm giving you a chance. A chance that I promise if you do not take right now, you will regret.
You really think you're going to walk in here and threaten me?
Mr. Hoffman, threat is an ugly word. I prefer to think of this as me giving you an opportunity. An opportunity, unfortunately, I can already see you're too fucking stupid to take.
No, I'm going to give you an opportunity. An opportunity to walk out of here before I have your legs broken.
I think it's only fair that I warn you. My employer knows about your offshore accounts. He's already making moves to freeze your assets.
Bullshit.
Check for yourself.
Get the hell out. And tell that piece of shit you work for the next time you send someone round here, I'll throw him through the fucking window.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen, for your time. And I will relay the message.
Yeah, you do that. Get outside and find out what the fuck is going on!
Yes, sir.
Please. We can work this out.
Shut up.
This.
What? I want your client. Let's bring it up. Do it now. Sarah Aronson, $150,000.
What?
Sarah Aronson, $150,000. You're giving the money back. Remember that moment I told you about earlier? The opportunity that you can look back on and wish you'd taken? This is it. Sarah Aronson, $150,000. Wire it back to her. Barry Anderson, $2 million.
Look, I'm sure we can work something out. Let me pay your boss's money back and give you something on the side, please.
Barry Anderson, $2 million.
This money is all I have to bargain with the government, please.
James Atkins.
Come on.
James Atkins, $173,000. Stephen Galway, $128,000. Stephen Geller, $73,000.
Please, you're taking all of my money.
It was never your money. Right. Michelle Sinclair, $523,000.
Jacob Katz, $6.9 million. Alexander Newman, James Sheevey, Scott Stephen, Edward Thompson, Robert Trump, $12.2 million, $1.8 million, $7.5 million, $987,000 million.
You know, I try to stay unemotional in experiences like this, but I have to tell you, I really don't like you. Why don't we go to your offshore accounts? Cayman Island bank account. Charter 3, number 106. Simon Whitaker, $4.6 million. Lon Yeager, $10 million. Paul Zakian, $76,000. Ray Zykin, $18,000.
There's not enough money.
Send what's left.
Me.
I just did.
That's two people you let live.
So?
Each time you made a choice.
Hoffman wasn't a choice.
You knew he'd kill himself.
Yes.
How?
The look on his face. I've seen that before.
You know what I think? I think you came here because you don't want to kill again tonight.
No, Father. I do. I really, really do. Have you taken a look at the world around you lately? It's a cesspool. Dirty little people living their dirty little lives. Drug dealers, rapists, child molesters. We've become so accustomed to it that we accept it as a normal part of life as long as it doesn't touch us. Only in a world this screwed up can we think that people like that deserve to live. People that have built a life on the pain and suffering of others. They're aware of the consequences of their actions, but they just don't care. Do they ever show compassion? No.
It's still wrong.
How could ridding the world of people who harm others be wrong, Father? You don't forget it. You don't understand a single thing I'm trying to tell you.
I don't need to understand it to know that it is wrong. What you do is wrong.
You think this is the life I want? Do you think if I could feel like a normal human being, I wouldn't want that? Life doesn't give a shit about what we want. For some of us, the chance at a normal life was ripped away from us when we were very, very young.
My God, what happened to you?
You wouldn't understand.
You don't know that.
Father, you wouldn't understand what it is like to suffer, to truly suffer, and to cause suffering and not care.
You don't know that either.
Really? What's the worst thing you've ever done, Father? Steal a little money from the collection plate? Sneak sips of sacrificial wine between services? Did you have impure thoughts about members of your congregation?
I have sinned.
What's your darkest sin, Father?
That is between me and God.
Prove to me you understand my pain and I won't kill tonight. And I'm not talking about petty little sins, Father. I want you to prove to me that you understand what it is like to truly harm another human being, to do something horrible and not care. There is something, isn't there? Is that why you became a priest?
I became a priest to share God's love.
What about before you were a priest?
I wasn't always who I am. There was a time in my life when I was filled with rage. But I changed.
What changed you?
I can't.
You mean you won't?
All right, I won't.
Even if you hold a man's life in your hands?
No. Life is in your hands.
Not anymore, Father. What you decide right now determines whether or not he will live or die.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because I want you to understand that we are all hypocrites. You preach compassion. Where is it now? You have the opportunity to save a man's life, but you won't. Because your pride is greater than your love.
No, wait!
Go on.
I was married once. And I drank too much and I did horrible things to my wife and child.
What kind of things? What kind of things?
I beat them. Oh, God, forgive me. God, I was filled with anger. So much anger. And I convinced myself that they deserved it. And with every drink I took, they deserved it more. I was empty inside, and the only way that I felt better was by making others suffer more. I thought of no one but myself. And when my wife died, I left my son. I just walked out of the house one day and I never went back. So, don't tell me that I don't understand you. I was you. I may not have killed, but I have harmed. I know what it is to be a monster. I know what it is to shatter lives. I know what it is to terrorize an 8-year-old boy who's never done me any harm. As I look at myself now, I wonder how I could ever have been that man. The man that slapped his son in the face when he woke me when I was drunkenly napping. The man who locked him in a closet because he said he was afraid of the dark. The man who
What did you do? Tell me.
No, tell me. He ran into the kitchen one night when I was cooking, bumped into the table and my bottle of whiskey smashed on the floor. God forgive me. God forgive me. God forgive me. I held his hand over the flame. I burned him. Scarred him. Inside and out.
Yes, I know. Father.
My God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry?
I know there are no words that I can say.
You're right, there's nothing you can say.
I was a different man.
You were supposed to love us. Protect us. All you have now, after all this time, are excuses.
Yes, I know. It's terrible mistakes.
Mistakes? You tortured me. You killed my mother.
No, that's not true. She committed suicide.
You really believe that?
Your mother was an ill woman.
Made so because of your abuse.
No, she jumped. She jumped from the balcony.
Have you told yourself your version of the story so many times that you actually believe it?
I know what happened. I was there when she did it.
So was I.
It's because you're lazy and you don't
Come here.
Stay away from me, please.
Come here.
Stay away from me!
get back in the fucking house!
Just leave me alone!
You don't tell me what to do. What are you gonna do? Huh? You gonna jump? Huh? Well, go on. Do it.
Do the world a favor. Jump! 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 Do it!
Yeah, maybe for once in your miserable life, you'll actually follow through with something and do it right.
Please. I can't take it anymore.
Oh, I can't take any more. I'm telling you, you better do this. Because if I get my hands on you, you'll wish you had.
I'm so sorry.
You're pathetic. I knew that you'd never have the nerve.
She jumped. She jumped. I didn't kill her.
Of course you did. You might not have pushed her, but you might as well have. What choice did you leave her? Endless beatings from you? Or death? That was my first lesson on how cheaply we value life. And after you abandoned me, I spent 3 days in that apartment until the building manager found me. I spent the next 10 years in and out of foster homes. I didn't think anything could be worse than you. I was wrong. Shall I tell you about the abuses? How the old men laid their hands on me and shared me with their friends.
Please don't.
I've hated you for a lifetime. Imagine my surprise when you passed by me on the street. At first, I wasn't sure that it was you. I think it was the caller that threw me. So I came back. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited. And finally you came out. You walked right by me. The second I looked into your eyes, I knew it was you.
This person that you're going to kill tonight, it's me, isn't it? You're going to kill me.
What do you think?
You told me that if I told you my darkest secret, you wouldn't kill again tonight.
That's right.
You're going to keep your word.
Yes. But I didn't say anything about tomorrow. Can you feel the fear, Father? The knowing that something evil is out there lurking, waiting. Not knowing when it's going to strike, only that it will. That was my life with you. Now it's your life with me.
What I did to you, no words can put right, I know that. But I have lived with it every day of my life.
Are you telling me that you've suffered? You don't know the meaning of the word.
Why do you think I became a priest?
I don't care. You think your guilt and your shame can make this right?
God's love has freed me from my pain.
How nice for you, Father.
His love could do the same for you.
No. My pain ends here tonight, with you.
But I have rebuilt my life. I'm not the man I used to be. I've changed. But so could you.
We've passed that point in the conversation.
Why go through all this? Why sit there all this time and tell me your life story? Why not just kill me?
Because I needed you to know.
Know what?
Who I am. What I am. Speaking of which, would you like to take a moment, Father, to make peace with God?
You said you wouldn't kill me.
What's wrong? Are you afraid to die?
Yes.
Why?
Everyone wants to live.
My mother didn't.
Oh, please don't.
She preferred to kill herself rather than spend another moment with you.
What do you want me to say?
Do you think God will be waiting for you on the other side?
Yes.
Do you think he'll forgive you for your sins?
Yet.
Good. Because I never will. I came here today because I wanted to know if you truly had changed. I believe you have. I believe that your faith has allowed you to show love and compassion. But I didn't kill you tonight. Because a moment of fear and a painless death doesn't even come close to making up for the lifetime of suffering that you've caused. No, Father. Killing you would be far too easy. So I want you to have a long and healthy life. And I want you to know that I'm still out there and I will continue to kill. And every time I do, I'm going to send you a newspaper clipping so you know that it's me. You will have to live with my actions and the knowledge that you made me what I am. You can carry the guilt of knowing that in part you are responsible for the deaths of those people. And here's my favorite part. By the sanctity of the confessional, you will have to keep my secret forever. Goodbye, Father.